Hey everyone, Alpha Eagle here again. Welcome back to my channel. I pray you're all doing well, and may God bless you all. In this video, we will be going over another video by Airrickdebunks, or as I like to call him, Queer Monger. But before we begin, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Queer Monger's video is titled, Straight White Men Outrage Over Snow White is a Virus. STUF already. In this video, I caught him lying to his audience yet again. He claims that straight, unmarried men in their 30s with no children are complaining about Snow White. Now watch who he uses as examples of this. Let's begin.
I feel like this is one of those things we really need to talk about. We really need to think about this. These adult men between the ages of 35 and 55 years old, outraged and just fixated on a children's film. But these
hypocrite much, Queer Monger? You're an adult, middle-aged, childless, gay man, and in my last video I showed you getting outraged over a children's TV show, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. In fact, you were in favor of said show indoctrinating children with its transgenderism and queer propaganda. Why do you want to push queer propaganda onto children? I think someone should be investigating you, Queer Monger. Continuing.
But these are mostly single men with no children, freaking out over Rachel Zegler speaking her mind.
He claims that it's mostly single men with no children who are criticizing a children's movie like Snow White, and he gives Matt Walsh as an example. Now, let's take a look at Matt Walsh's Wikipedia page, shall we? Oh, would you look at that? Matt Walsh is married with 6 kids. So, I would say he has a very valid reason to make sure a kids movie like Snow White is appropriate for his 6 kids. Queer Monger straight up lied to his audience. Now, ironically, he calls his channel Airrickdebunks, and he debunked himself in his own video. Let's see if he lies some more.
These are the same guys that defended Gina Carano's free speech, but apparently when Rachel Zegler has free speech, she needs to get in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
Yeah, nobody said that. Queer Monger, if you're going to make outrageous claims like these guys are against free speech, you need to provide just a small bit of evidence. But, like I said before, he needs to lie to his audience to keep fear-mongering to them. Nobody said that Rachel Zegler can't express her right to free speech. But, as I've heard a million times from people on the left, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. In this case, the consequences of Rachel Zegler's free speech is criticism of the dumb things she says. Between her and Gina Carano is that Gina was fired for her free speech speaking about politics, and Rachel Zegler was not, proving that Disney does not treat their employees equally. Also, Rachel Zegler had bad-mouthed the original Snow White and alienated the majority of Americans who are Disney's customers, potentially causing Disney to lose money. When Gina Carano was on The Mandalorian, I don't recall her bad-mouthing the original Star Wars trilogy, or alienating the majority of the country, but I might be wrong. Continuing.
It's wild to me, again, that this whole situation with Snow White stirs up because of the fact that these guys, like Matt Walsh, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, whatever, they want Snow White or Rachel Zegler to be sort of a trad wife character.
Okay, now he includes Gary from Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker with Matt Walsh as examples of these, quote, single childless men criticizing Snow White. Now, I've already proven that Matt Walsh is neither single nor childless, but Gary from Nerdrotic is also married with kids. So 2 out of the 3 examples of, quote, single childless men that he gave actually are married and have children. Monger, if you're going to build a narrative around your theory that the majority of men criticizing Snow White are single childless men, it's best that the examples you give aren't actually married with kids. That kind of ruins your entire argument. Now, to be fair, I believe that Gary's children are young adults, and I don't think that Critical Drinker is married or has any children. However, both men are film critics, so it's kind of their jobs to criticize films like Snow White regardless of the target demographic. Both men recently reviewed Wicked, even though neither of them are the target demographic of women or gay men. But they did it because, again, that's their job.
They don't like the idea that they're taking this story that Disney had from almost 100 years ago and saying, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do something different with it. They don't like that.
And he goes on to say that the live action remake of Disney's classic Snow White isn't like the original, and people criticizing it don't like the changes. Well, yeah, that seems to be a pretty valid criticism to me. I mean, Disney advertised this as a remake, much like the recent trend of other live action remakes like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King. But that's not what this is. So explain to me, how are their criticisms not valid? How dare they want a remake to be accurate to the source material? Now, I'm sure people will say, well, the original animated movie wasn't accurate to the book. Okay, but this new movie isn't supposed to be an adaptation of the book. It's supposed to be a remake of the original animated movie. So in this case, the source material is the animated movie itself, not the book. And this remake is not faithful to the animated movie. Therefore, people's criticisms are very valid. That's it for this video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm Alpha Eagle. God bless you for watching. God bless America. And I pray that Queer Monger stops lying and spreading fear propaganda to his audience.